Hello my friends and welcome back to Have You Seen This? Last week MrBeast decided that he wanted to ruin YouTube. Bonnie Blue had a chat with this bald man, and this man is proper grim. So if you somehow missed the MrBeast shenanigans from the end of last week, essentially he released an AI tool where you could, as some people are describing, steal from YouTubers.
And the best part is, this new method works in every niche. Whether you do gaming, cooking, beauty, this works for all of them. From creating custom results from any channel to literally being able to put your face on a thumbnail, it literally feels like cheating.
Well, there's a reason for that. Putting your face on someone else's thumbnail in the click of a button when they most likely paid for it or spent a long time making it, well, I'd say that is pretty close to cheating. Cheating, and as a lot of people are saying, stealing. If it's someone else's thumbnail, it's theirs, not yours. In the words of Greta Thunberg, how dare you, mate? But 20 seconds into this diabolical announcement video, it's very clear that he has a lot of yes men around him. He clearly has people around him who are too scared to say, Jimmy, this ain't a good idea. And that's kind of backed up by the amount of people who have rushed to his defense. So many of the most popular creators have gone on their streams to say nothing's wrong with it. Spoilers, but Jimmy took this video down. This video is gone. The video that I'm watching is from some guy who reposted it on TikTok. So you're defending something that not even the guy himself is defending. Fucking way to out yourself. However, the words that he used to describe the service, other than cheating, is inspiration.
This is the home of the AI tool where you can type in any channel on all of YouTube and it will use it as inspiration for the thumbnail it's generating. So for example, let's say you're MrBeast. You would just type in MrBeast here. Now it's going to look at all my recent videos and get inspiration from them.
Yeah, that's right, guys. You could just type in a channel name and take inspiration from someone who created a form of art. And by inspiration, it means to produce a thumbnail that's already got your face in it, so you no longer have to pay an artist. You can now just produce soulless slop and make it even harder for an artist to survive. That's not an exaggeration either. Without thumbnails already existing, AI wouldn't have anything to teach itself to be able to produce its own ones. AI kills artists, metaphorically and physically. For $80 a month, you could kill an artist near you. Your money can be used for many great things, such as making them eat sleep for dinner and making their houses even colder this winter. Yeah, this shit sucks.
And for the prompt, I'm going to type in stranded on a volcano. And there you go, we now have a thumbnail with me dangling on the side of a volcano.
Who is this man? That's MrBeast. So not only is it taking jobs, it's doing a bad job too. It's doing an artist's job, but worse. Yeah man, I can't wait for the next Josh5161 video. Every video I'm going to start looking slightly different in the thumbnail. By the end of the year, I'm going to have a perm and a neck beard. Probably have brown hair too. MrBeast's new product wipes out gingers. That's a joke. For legal reasons, Jimmy does not hunt gingers.
This is perfect for inspiration, and if you do a couple iterations with the system, this is how you can literally generate your thumbnails going forward.
Chuckles in mass job loss. Look, being someone who works in the media industry, for context, outside of YouTube, I am a videographer. I also work for other YouTube channels. I know many talented people who work very hard in this industry, and finding work is kind of difficult. But to have a tool like this, where, as MrBeast just said himself, you can completely generate your thumbnails going forward, it's going to make people's lives even harder. I'm not sure if everyone fully understands how AI works, but without something already existing, like a thumbnail, AI can't teach itself how to make it. It needs to learn from existing media to create the soulless slop that you see. And before people make the argument of not everyone can afford to pay an artist to make a good thumbnail for them, first of all, learn. Tutorials exist. Maybe like learn a new skill, learn how to do something rather than just steal or have a computer spaff one out for you. But this service that Jimmy's offering is not free. It's not a free alternative. Not that that would make it okay, by the way. This is around $80 a month. Only established creators are going to be doing this. Could the average small YouTuber deal with an extra $80 coming out of their bank account at the end of the month? No. The chances are the only people paying for this are the people that can afford to pay an artist. But payment aside, do we realistically want YouTube to become a place where everybody has the exact same thumbnails? But everybody who uses this is going to have a version of themselves in their thumbnail which doesn't even look like them. You have absolutely no idea whose thumbnail has been copied in this AI machine, and then to top it off, none of it looks real. And I know that everything I'm saying right now is completely opinions based and everyone will have different opinions on it, and I welcome that. I genuinely do welcome that. But surely I can't be the only person thinking like this. Surely I can't be the only person who thinks something like this is genuinely going to ruin YouTube.
You can also copy a URL from any YouTube video. We'll just paste this one I have here. And in the prompt box, just tell it what to change in the thumbnail. To demonstrate, I have this F1 thumbnail with an F1 car. And so in the prompt, I'm just going to simply type in change F1 car to minivan. That is all I'm typing in. It's done. Bro, I'm not even joking. Look, It swapped out the F1 race car for a minivan.
Wow, it swapped a PNG for a PNG. Damn, that's crazy. Take my money. I'm going against my morals. Fuck those artists. This is the easiest fucking thing you can do in Photoshop, by the way. It's literally a white background and the picture is swapped. My nan could do that. And if you can't do this, let me rephrase that. If you can't be bothered to do this, then YouTube isn't for you.
If you really like the thumbnail you're generating, but not the face on it, don't worry. We have this face swap tool that you can click. Upload a face you do like, and it will instantly swap it onto the thumbnail. Take the thumbnail from this to this automatically.
Sorry, am I actually seeing this correctly? You've just shown a 15-second segment where people can just take something from another YouTube channel and you're gonna profit from it. How on earth did this pass quality control? I'd genuinely love to know if anyone around him challenged him. Could you imagine seeing MrBeast, for example, posted a YouTube video and he's literally taken your thumbnail and put his face on it? Like, you just spent hours making a thumbnail, or you paid someone a decent amount of money to make it. Then the biggest creator on the platform just takes it and swaps the faces. Also, this is the same guy who once called out the biggest Russian YouTuber for literally doing this. It was an issue back then, but not now. It was an issue back then because someone else profited, maybe. Now Jimmy gets the money, it's all of a sudden fine.
I could go on, but this is the future of YouTube thumbnails.
I fucking hope not.
No more complicated Photoshop and having to get a PhD in how to edit things and figure out what 1,000 buttons do. Now, you can literally just type into a prompt what you want, and it'll give it to you.
Yeah, guys, no more actually being talented. No more actually putting a bit of work into something that you're doing. Computer, do it for you. That part right there, I think we should all be very alarmed by. The biggest person on this website just said, no more needing to do anything. Any aspiring editors, any aspiring thumbnail designers, well, they just got their hopes and dreams shot down. If I was YouTube's CEO, I would be a little bit concerned by this too. Or just rebrand to Tube. If the U part's taken out, then it's just wasted letters in the URL. And I can imagine the people using this sort of product, that's too many letters for them to type in anyway. That's way too much effort. You can't expect them to type in all of those letters. Do you want it to wipe your shitty ass for you? You want the computer to wipe your bum? Is that too much effort for you? Is that too difficult? But as I mentioned earlier, there are many people rushing to defend MrBeast, one of them being XQC.
Oh, dude, all the artists getting paid. People aren't getting paid anyway. What about it? What about it? That is just how it is. What about it?
Oh, well, in that case, look, I'm not going to bother. I'll just turn around.
Now, if you didn't understand what he said there, I'd be completely understanding if you didn't. He effectively said, people don't pay the artists anyway, so what's the big deal? Great response. Us rich people have been screwing over people who need the money anyway. You're only just hearing about this now? We've been doing that. Don't worry, there's absolutely no need to worry. We've been doing this for a very long time now. We're the experts.
From this to this automatically. I could go on, but this is the future.
God, when even Goblin Grealish knows something's bad, it's bad. And I tried to listen to some more of his awful takes, but I'm gonna be straight up with you. I can't understand a word he fucking says. And that's not because he's got MrBeast lodged in his throat, it's because this is how he speaks.
And people use AI, it's fine.
Yeah, great point, well made. But he's not the only person defending Jimmy, because Asmongold, you know the guy who lives like a wild animal? Well, he claims that AI hate is forced.
I think that the anti-AI hate is the most forced thing on the internet, and all it is a bunch of creators and artists that are trying to like get their audience riled up against AI because they don't want to get replaced by it, right?
We're just over halfway through the year, and fair play, well done. That was the worst argument I've heard all year. You get the award, Asmon. People are just mad because they're getting their jobs taken by AI. That's all it is. They're just pretending to be mad because they're going to lose their source of income. They're just pretending to be mad because they don't know how they're going to eat. Yeah, man, that's so forced. Fucking force yourself to clean your room, you stinky twat. But on the contrary, Jacksepticeye, as seen in MrBeast AI launch video, well, he didn't like that. What the actual fuck? And he used my logo in the promotion for it too? I hate what this platform is turning into. Fuck AI. Well said, that man. I don't know what point MrBeast was trying to make by including Jacksepticeye's logo in his video. Some may say as an example of the creators whose thumbnails you can just yoink from their channel. But the thumbnails on his channel, they're not really the viral style that MrBeast is trying to push. They're literally screenshots from games. It's like he just included as many YouTubers as he could so the viewer feels like they can trust the video more. But when people inevitably complain, they'll see the YouTuber they like watching in the video. So, you know, it can't be bad. No, it just makes these people look like they're on board with it. They probably didn't even know this was going to happen, let alone have their brand associated with it. But I feel like I must stress MrBeast has taken down this video, not the AI tool itself. You can still buy that. And I don't really know where this leaves us. At the time of recording, the package is still available sustainable. I could pay 59 quid a month to generate viral thumbnails. But the only interaction from Jimmy, from what I can see, is when Eric Pointcrow said he had a chat with MrBeast. I don't really know what's happening with it, and told him I didn't like it. Please don't kill the platform. Effectively said they didn't really agree on anything. Worrying. And that's it. Jimmy said in his response that he appreciates the feedback. Bollocks. I love the YouTube community. Maybe get rid of this tool then. Already working on thumbnail changes like face swap, only used to swap your own face on your own thumbnail. Why do you need to swap your own face? You only have the one. $1 face versus $1,000 face? Overall, I'll build this more in a way to be inspiration for artists. What does that even mean? Does that mean they could just use AI to generate a thumbnail that they could just copy? In my opinion, if he really cared, he'd apologize and scrap it, not still let people actually pay to use this. But anyways, I want to move on from this now because AI kind of just ruins my mood. But let's make this a support real artists checkpoint. If you know any artists or you're an artist yourself, this is me encouraging you to promote yourself in the comments.
Do you send your son to Bonnet?
Andrew, I do father and son as well. Brother and brother.
It's all disgusting to me.
So your ma and your dad got let loose on a podcast, and as you could probably imagine, some interesting moments occur. I'm sure he took that well, not like that. But essentially, this like 2.5 hour podcast starts with a burning question on everyone's lips. Andrew Tate, what do you think of Bonnie Blue sleeping with lots of men? But it's safe to say his response was not what I was expecting at all.
I actually have a lot of respect for you because you own it and you're honest about it.
What if it was your daughter?
Well, that won't happen.
She's her own person.
I never said my daughter's her own person. I said I said women want to be their own people. But my point is, there's so many women who go to Magaluf for a weekend and do something very similar, and then they come back to England and get with some guy and start asking for presents from him and talking about how they deserve a traditional relationship and they want to get married and they want a Christmas present and all this bullshit.
Where the fuck did that come from? Also, who have you dated that's gone to Magaluf on holiday and slept with 1,000 men in one holiday, then came back and specifically requests a Nerf gun and a White Company candle? Is that what girls like? But to be fair to him, he did once say, enjoy the fruits of his labor or be gone.
Stand by me
and enjoy the fruits of my labor.
or be gone.
Weird threat, but okay.
I don't see you any different than most women. And I'm not saying that in a degradation way.
Most women don't sleep with 1,057 men in a day.
1,000? Doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing, mate. Maybe this is why Andrew Tate is the way that he is. What if every girl he ever dated did a Bonnie Blue on him? Or he just hates women. There's always that. But you've got to be either clip farming or a generational woman hater to think sleeping with 1,000 fellas is the same as just one. Like, some people do this when they're younger, right? They go on holiday and just sleep with a few people. And we all know Bonnie Blue likes them young.
Barely legal.
But I'm going to save your eyes and your ears from just seeing Andrew Tate just talk over people as per usual. But I'm going to cut to the point where they start being friends.
And when I get hate, like when I click on the comments of these women that are like, oh, you're taking us back 100 years, then in their bio it says stay-at-home mom of 2. I'm thinking, what was you rooting for? Because you have just stayed at home.
That's right, Bonnie. See, this is the future.
The two worst people in the world are now holding hands, and I wonder what their common ground is. Just hating women's rights. Also, if you are a woman and you're rightfully annoyed by what Bonnie Blue does, I guess you're a stay-at-home mum now. But then Baldy and Bonnie have a little bit of a chat about how they think women in Bonnie's industry should never complain about their work. Apparently, it frustrates Bonnie to see women take money from the industry and then complain that they're being forced into things. Because Bonnie Blue does it purely for the love of the game. She doesn't earn any money from this. So because Bonnie does that, everyone has to, right? So Andrew decides to join in and drop some insane levels of wisdom.
Women are f***ing for money all the time anyway. That's all women do now. The entire Western world is women f***ing for money.
Bro, just say you can't get a girl into bed without paying her. Just say you can't speak to women. Once again, one of them shares their own experience and it has to be facts. But it's just so bizarre to me that men look up to this guy. He just comes across so stupid. Constant hypocrisy talking about standards for women, but now his daughter is different. I'm choosing to leave as much of that out as I can, by the way, because I don't know how old his daughter is, so I don't really know if I want to be including that sort of thing in this video. But Bonnie kind of tries to bring up Andrew Tate's daughter quite a bit, and I get why, because it's to catch him up in his hypocrisy about some of the stuff that he says about women. He's kind of like made a career, made a name for himself from just saying horrible things about women. But then if someone says to him something like, what if your daughter got treated this way? Or what if your daughter went on to sleep with over 1,000 people? You can see the visible discomfort on his face. You can see from the body language that he's like moving around in his chair. He'll pick something up to like take a sip from his drink or something. And the whole thing kind of exposes him for being an insecure hypocrite. However, there is one thing that I do want to highlight.
Have you slept with 1,057 women?
At least.
So are you quite similar?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Because it's the male's prerogative to impregnate as many females as possible. This is the masculine prerogative.
All right, in a bit, you lot. I'm off to impregnate everyone. See you later. It's up to me. It's my prerogative. It doesn't matter what they have to say, does it, Andrew? Speaking of male prerogative.
What are you doing, Mingo?
So this absolute whopper decided to walk around thrusting his chopper in the face of women whilst they were live streaming. His name is Mango, and he's a dick. But if it was up to him, then it would be in your face. Right. That's just not okay, is it? Man, go away from her. But it's always a streamer letting everyone down, isn't it? You know, it's got to the point these days where when I see a clip from someone's live stream, I physically brace myself for what I'm about to see. I'm twitching in anticipation, if you will. But it's never just a funny gaming moment anymore, is it? It's normally always someone just being an absolute cretin on camera.
Yeah, we're not drunk, guys. Yeah, we're not drunk. But Mango, on the other hand...
Okay, buddy, we've seen enough. She has too, they all have. This is a guy with 500,000 followers thrusting at women just trying to talk to their stream. If this doesn't tell you about the state of men in this industry, I don't know what will. Rich, power hungry, they won't stop until they go too far. First and foremost though, he is responsible for what he's doing here. He is the one in the wrong. But how the fuck has no one come over and stopped him? This is genuinely such a huge barrier for women trying to get into content creation. Imagine you're a woman thinking about starting streaming, then you see this. Or your channel's been growing quite a bit recently, then you get invited to a streamer event, then you see this. You're definitely going to feel safe, aren't you? And if they're doing this whilst live, imagine what they're like off camera. Although I did see on his Twitter that he kind of took responsibility. He did apologise and saying that he's taking responsibility and actions to prevent it from happening again. A bit weird that you're bringing up being dropped from your group and getting banned from tournaments. That's not very important right now, is it? The important part of this is the women that you thrusted your willy at. But anyways, I think that will do me for today. I didn't really see many funny news stories this week, so sorry it's a little bit serious. I want to be all silly and whimsy, but you know, AI just pisses me off. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really did appreciate all of the comments on the last video. It does make me want to make these a lot more. And it really made me feel like I had some sort of like sense of community, so that's cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. And if you did enjoy this video, please do feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, cheers. Bye.